How has the recent ruling impacted on the appointed administrators of Tshwane? For more on this, we're joined by Tshwane Administrator Mpho Nawa. Good evening, Mr. Nawa, and thank you so much for your time. You seem to be stuck in, in the middle of this political tug of war. How is that affecting your ability to be able to be administrators when you have these court cases that are underway, and clearly a very divided city of Tshwane politically?
No, thank you very much, Cathy. I think the attention we want to give is the people of Tshwane. We were mandated to, with terms of reference, to focus on the issues that were said to be done. And our focus is those issues. You are right, there are politics, there are legal issues, but I think it's to remain focused and do what is supposed to be done.
So when we talk about then what the current court cases mean for you and your ability to function as administrator, perhaps give us a sense of what's happening now.
Well, as I said, Cathy, I have a terms of reference that which would help restore the city. We are focused on helping the people of Mamelodi, the Hammanskraal water, and heighten service delivery in general. So the focus is those issues. I'm certain that I see that the court cases, there's executive, and the focus is to really deliver on what we're expected to do. So I make sure that I don't focus on issues that could disrupt what is a mandate. And
I wonder, have you had any instances of interference, at least from the politicians? Because, of course, we'd have the DA who recently got the court case that effectively ruled that your coming in as administrators was unlawful, and that decision needs to be done away with. And we know that it's currently being challenged in court. So I'm wondering how much you're able to steer clear of the politicians.
Well, Cathy, last week, Monday, I had an opportunity after there was a judgment to meet with the Speaker, and I showed them support in the transition where necessary. But I did indicate to her that at a space where things are happening, if there's an appeal, I will have to take direction from those who've sent us, which is the Provincial Executive Council of Gauteng. But subsequent, I also met with all the political parties just to assure them that we would support where necessary. So I met all the political parties. I've also had calls with them just to assure them that the city is moving in the right direction as per the terms of reference. So I must be honest that I have not received an aggression from any other party, because I've actually spoken to all parties that, apart from the PAC that couldn't make the meeting, but Freedom Front, DA, ANC, and the Christian movement, I've met all of them. There's no major issues of a fight. So interestingly, I talked to them, and I did promise that where there's a need to update community, I will also take an opportunity for them to be briefed.
Bringing stability to Tshwane under the circumstances is simply no easy feat. How have you been affected, in particular by the lockdown and some of the regulations that, of course, would make it a bit harder to be able to bring back service delivery in the way that the people of Tshwane deserve?
Well, you're right. In one sense, in the middle of COVID-19, we were able to take water to all informal settlement. We're able to respond to the homeless. We're able to ensure that we provide food parcels. But the biggest problem has been major contractors who are supposed to do work, in particular the Hammanskraal water, because we have appointed a company to finalize the water problem, but they couldn't start. It's only today that we thought we would approach the minister and request that the construction start to deliver, to actually repair what was the problem in Wave-Val stroke Hammanskraal timber. So there's a sense that we're giving attention to so that also helped disrupt a bit of service delivery, because construction has not on course. So there are a number of construction that we've employed, but they can't start working because of that. But on essential services, we have made entry. We have ensured that we deliver on what is necessary, Cathy.
Sure. And have there been any specific challenges that you've identified since taking over as an administrator that you think are going to make it difficult for the city of Tshwane to stabilize overall going forward?
Well, there will be, Cathy, one being the fact that the revenue of the city might be affected because a lot of people would have lost jobs. So that's going to be a major problem, and to prepare for the future of how the city could be able to run. There would have been issues that were hanging in the city, i.e. corruption-related cases that you could have heard about them. Those are issues that we also had to make follow-up on them, heighten service delivery, establish that political structures are functional, work with the IEC. So there are issues that we think are still very key that we need to make follow-up on them. There will be those that we have made progress. For instance, the appointment of a new city manager. We have started the process. We just have to go for advertising. We want to follow up alleged corrupt-related cases, and we're also taking care of those issues that we thought were very key. Resolving service delivery-related matters is being our primary focus.
All right, let's leave it there for tonight. Tshwane Administrator Mpho Nawa.